So you get into that. You start out with the financial videos. Obviously, like you said, it didn't have the same hit that your other videos are having right now. What was that process like for you? Were you getting frustrated? Were you learning, or what was that experience like?
I feel it. I feel like I had a really good support team, I guess, of people around me being like, keep going. Like, if this is what you really want to do, like, if this is your passion, keep doing it. And so, I mean, I had like probably a good amount of viewers, honestly, I'd say. I think, let's see. I know I shared it on my social media, and it was super awkward and uncomfortable for me to share it on my social media, but that brought in like 100 viewers to me, and that was big, and that's really what kept it going. The next one, like, not as many people tuned in. I got 50 views, then 20 views, but I was still making progress, and seeing that someone took the time out of their day to watch it, that made all the difference for me and kept me going, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just to be clear, my comments on that isn't like, oh, you don't have views. It was mostly not enough views compared to where you're at today.
Of course.
But your stock videos still have more views than mine. So, like, it's still very different. But I can relate to that first video, like when you share it on social media, of course, like the very first one, people are going to go straight to watch it. I have it all on YouTube and Spotify, but most of my views will come either from Instagram or LinkedIn because I just post clips there. And I remember the first few clips, high numbers, and then it starts to drop. But there is progress, and I think that it does keep you going because you realize like there is work there. That's good that you had that support system. Again, I can relate to that. But when did you get to the point where it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this anymore? I know you still have some stock advice like reels or TikToks, but on YouTube, when did you realize, you know what, like, let me change this?
Let's see. I guess it had to have been in the fall of last year. I like filmed one of our dual meets that we went to down at Cal Poly, and it got sent all around the parent Facebook group, I think, and it got like a bunch of shares on Facebook, like the most random place to do it at, and it was all linked to YouTube though, so that YouTube video got like 500 views or something for me. That was my most by far yet at all. So I was like, this is it. And I after that I made the trials video, and then after that I made a couple other videos talking about my life in the business school, and those both flopped. And I was like, dang, like these both got like 500 views and these got like 50. And so then after that I made a day in the life video, and that one took off and got 200,000 views. So after that
jump is just ridiculous to me. Like, it's how social media works. But I remember, so before we had even like talked on LinkedIn, I came across your Haas application video, and I watched the first one because I saw you did a second one last semester, and I watched it and I was like, oh, cool. And then a few months later, I see your day in the life, and I'm like, how did these views just change, Like, I remember when you first reached out on LinkedIn, I went into your channel and I'm checking it out, and it's like, wow, like 700 subscribers, like good numbers. And then the next time I checked, 7K. And I was like, what is going on? Like, that's insane. Yeah. But what was that jump like? Like, I mean, obviously it's not overnight success because it's a lot of work leading up to it. But the result literally does come off as overnight success. So what was that going like from 500 views to 200,000 like for you?
Yeah, it was super fun actually. Like it's really helped me like kind of make this more of a hobby because like I can see that people are enjoying my content and stuff like that. Let's see. I just remember waking up that next morning. Oh, gosh, we were literally headed to our team travel trip. And I like woke up and I like texted Marcos. I was like, dude, one of my videos is just popping off right now. And then he's like, oh, I'll see it at the airport. So we get to the airport and it had just gone up so much more by then. I think it was got like 500 views in 1 hour. That was more than I'd ever gotten on any other video. And it was just cool to see like literally as we're through that whole travel trip, it was just spiking. So it was fun. And then I filmed the travel trip that we had there, and then that did really well and just kept going and going and going. I think after that travel trip video though, I got monetized, and that's where I was like, okay, I guess this is really a business venture now.
Yeah. Taking a few steps back, what trip was that?
Yeah, that was our trip to Minnesota. So I filmed the day in the life one in the end of November as we were preparing for Minnesota. So we were resting, which I'm sure we'll get into in a little bit. And we were resting for that a little bit. And then we headed off to our Minnesota Invitational, which kind of leads into our Christmas break. And I posted the Minnesota Invitational like a week after, like during Christmas break. And that one kind of caught on right at the end of the other video peaking.
Yeah, so the Minnesota Invitational, and then the Christmas one was the training during break, right? Okay.
Yeah, I just made a random one-off video, which didn't really get a bunch of traction. So that was kind of good to like bring me back down. Like, you got to make quality content over just consistency. Because a lot of people talk about, consistency is key. Always be posting this, always be posting that, if you kind of want to blow up in the algorithm. But it really comes down to making like quality, consistent content.